What's going on, guys? Welcome to the 2016 version of the Skiller Slayer Troll Invasion Guide. My last guide, a lot of people said they weren't able to follow it very well, or it resulted in some crazy things like some skillers gaining combat XP, and just a whole bunch of stuff that should have been avoided if I were just more clear in the last video. So if you haven't seen that and you want to go back and use that for reference, I'll put a link somewhere. You'll find it pretty easy. That being said, I just wanted to make a new video to clear everything up. Let's go. What you're going to need is 6 Ceridome Brews and 6 Ring of Recoil. You should bring more if you don't have a Blood Fury, but this should do the trick. With the Blood Fury, you're probably going to complete this event 10 times quicker, so I recommend getting one. Also, make sure your auto retaliate is off so you don't run around hitting random monsters. You're going to need to know how to splash, and what splashing is when you hit a 0 on a monster rather than dealing damage. So you'll look for that little blue and silver shield icon, and you should be fine. Step 1, to splash you're going to need to drink a Ceridome Brew, which reduces your stats. Attack a monster after your stats have been reduced, and you can see they're reduced in the top right corner or wherever they are in your screen. Just make sure you look for that blue shield icon when you do hit them. And immediately step away. You don't want to be constantly attacking them, you just want to hit, make sure you do a splash, and then step right away. Just let them fight you, as you can see here. That being said, let's get into the actual troll invasion. Northwest of Birthorpe Lodestone, you'll find Captain Jute. You want to click Start Fighting, there will be a dialogue, and if you haven't done it before, you're going to have to do 20 waves of easy. That's not ideal because those 20 waves do take forever. They actually take a lot longer than the hard one does, and I feel like they're harder than the hard one anyway, just because of how long they take. When you get in here, you're going to want to equip your recoil items. So put your ring on, and if you have the necklace, put that on too. The monsters will immediately start attacking you, and you're going to want to lure them to this spot. I like to call this the volley zone, because these 2 rangers next to the door, when something enters this vicinity, they'll start doing volleys with arrows, dealing extra damage to the monster. As a skiller with no weapon equipped, and in this situation, you can use all the damage and all the help you can get. We're going to stick around in this volley zone quite a lot, and it's just going to help us out. You'll see right here what I mean. They just do a little bit extra damage and help you get kills quicker. This is kind of a long process. I mean, it does feel a little grindy when you haven't done it a lot. For me now, it goes by pretty quickly. With that splashing technique I taught you earlier, you're going to want to do that on all these poorly cooked trolls, because they don't attack you straight away. Some of them may enter down that long corridor you see to the left, and in that corridor, rangers will hit you for heavy damage, so make sure if you do have to go down there and attack one, that you just drink a lot of Ceridome Brews and make sure you don't die. Watch out for weird little events like these tendrils you see on the right, and pretty much you can AFK through it all. You don't really get much damage dealt to you. You can just go around and walk to the monsters so they don't have to go so far to you. Really, it's just up to you how you play this, but it's really easy. I know it's rinse and repeat, but you just want to make sure that you're splashing every time. If you deal damage, you should just take off all your recoil items and find a way to log out of the game, or find a way to get out of Troll Invasion, because you don't want to get combat XP, and I would say no matter what you do not bring a monster you hit to this volley zone, because if you deal damage and they kill it, you're going to get the XP. Not trying to make that so confusing, but I just don't want there to be any reason that someone gets XP and they weren't expecting it. So make use of the volley zone, make sure you splash, everything should be pretty self-explanatory. When you get to wave 7, I just want to warn you that there's going to be something crazy coming on. This guy, he is like dynamite. What you want to do, run towards him and drink a Ceridome Brew right then, so you can tank that damage. I'm pretty sure every time, as long as you drink it right away, you can tank it. Otherwise, you can just like run around and make him chase you, and maybe he'll blow up somewhere else that doesn't hit you. But you just want to avoid that, because I died in my last guide because I was AFKing for a little bit too long. After that, everything's good. The monsters will just, recoil themselves to death on you, and then the boss fight. He doesn't really do any damage, and you shouldn't have to heal so much, so just sit here and let it happen. I think it looks really cool, and it's one of my favorite parts because I realized that I'm going to get that XP book really soon at the end. So, here he is. He took the last damage, and he falls to the ground. Pretty cool animation, and you're sent right out of Troll Invasion. This is a safe minigame, so if you ever did die during that, your items would still be secure. So, that's it. You get the reward book, and the reward book is good for any skill. Obviously, in this guide, we're focusing on Slayer, but you're more than welcome to use that on any of these skills you see. So, if you need some XP in thieving or woodcutting, go ahead. But for this purpose, it's hard to get Slayer leveled up on a skiller, so I went ahead and did that. I got 77k XP, and that's at level 99 or above. Pretty decent XP for just a once a month thing that doesn't take really much time to do. I would say, if you haven't done this, give it a try. Make sure you watch this video once or twice, just so you don't, level up, or search online for other things. Just do your research, because I don't want you guys to be breaking your skillers, gaining combat XP, or just even prematurely failing the event and not being able to do it until the next month. That's all I have to say for this video. If you enjoyed it, guys, give me a thumbs up. I'm going for 99 in likes, and I'm out.